So Nnamdi Kanu is crying out again regarding his trial. He has made some serious complaints about his trial. If you remember, there was a video that trended where he was screaming, "You don't know what justice means, you don't know what justice means in court." That is because he feels that he is not going to get justice in this case. As far as it is being tried in the Federal High Court, especially with the judge behind the case, Justice James Omotosho, he's feeling like he's not going to get justice. Because as far as he is concerned, he should be a free man by now. Just as the appeal court has said, or had said earlier before the case was moved to the Federal High Court. And now he has come to the realization that the Federal High Court, being a judge in its own case, because the case is between him and the federal government. Now, the case being tried by the Federal High Court is like the federal government being a judge in its own case, and he is feeling that he's not going to get justice if he should continue in the Federal High Court, especially under the judge, Justice Omotosho. And now he's asking that the case should be paused and moved to a different court, to a higher court, the Court of Appeal. That it should be retried in the Court of Appeal. For 3 reasons. 3 valid reasons, in my opinion, if you ask me. And what are those 3 reasons? Number 1 is, why is this case still going on? What evidence has the Federal High Court provided to prove that yes, they have a case against him when the appeal court has already let him go? It's feeling like the Federal High Court has not provided sufficient evidence to continue to try him. That is his own complaint. So what is his crime? Why should they continue? Where is the evidence against him when the appeal court has already let him go? If you remember, the appeal court had tried him under a newly amended law regarding terrorism, regarding the crime he is said to have committed. And they said you can go because it is under the same law that bandits and terrorists in the north are being freed. So why is his own case different? That is why he's asking that this trial should be paused for now. Secondly, he's asking what jurisdiction, what powers do the Federal High Court have to try him in this case? How can they be a judge in their own case? What powers do they have to try him? Are they now above the appeal court? That is the Federal High Court now above the appeal court, because the appeal court is the highest court. So what is going on here? He's asking them, and he's saying for this reason they should pause this case. The third reason is the validity of the charges leveled against him. Now these 3 reasons, if you look at them, they revolve around each other. Right? He's asking, what is the validity of these charges? How valid are these charges? Because according to the Constitution, according to the newly amended law of the Constitution regarding the charges leveled against me, I am supposed to be a free man. Persons who have committed a similar crime to the crime that I am said to have committed are free men. So why am I being tried? So how valid? Is questioning the validity of the charges leveled against him. Is questioning the jurisdiction, the powers of the Federal High Court to try him. It's also questioning the evidence the Federal High Court has to continue to try him, especially under the Justice James Omotosho. He feels that if his trial should continue in the court, in this Federal High Court, under this same judge, he's not going to get justice. And because of that, he has filed an application at the appeal court seeking stay of proceedings in trial by Justice James Omotosho, like I already mentioned. Because he has come to the realization that these guys are not going to give him justice. So he doesn't want to be tried. He doesn't want his case to be tried on the 20th of November. Because his trial has been scheduled to hold on the 20th of November. But now he's asking the appeal court to prevent that from happening, to prevent that trial from happening. He doesn't want that trial to happen on the 20th of November because he feels he's not going to get justice. Because if he were to get justice by now, a long time ago, before now, he would have gotten justice. Like the Federal High Court judging his case is like the federal government being a judge in his own case. So how is he going to get justice? And now he's asking for a stay of proceedings. He's asking that his trial be paused and not happen on the 20th of November. That is his demand right now, Nnamdi Kanu.